Welcome and welcome back, Pero Kama podcast family. My name is Colette. This is Elizabeth. Nope, that's Elizabeth. Ha! I'm gonna get it. And today we are going to talk about some Black authors that we've read, we want to read, books that we've read, and is like, why do you have a high rating? So, if you're interested to hear about that, stick around. We'll continue. So, we're going to start off with some books that we've read or we want to read in no particular order. I'm kind of all over the place. The reason I thought about this was it's Black History Month. And apparently, Black people, or not Black people, but people in general, assume that if it's a Black book, it has trauma. Please let go and let God. There are a plethora of books out there. Oh, look at her. Isn't she pretty?
Gorgeous. Hi, treasure.
She's not included in today's thing, but this was my top book of
Surprisingly.
2024.
Surprisingly.
I know, right? So let me just start off with a few authors that I have read that I love. Tia Williams, love her.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I should read more of her books. All her books I've ever read has been 5 stars. So I don't know why I haven't read more of her books, but I'm a reader. We'll get there. Ray Lease. Everybody knows I love Ray Lease. This is a Ray Lease Stan account. When we go to Black Romance Book Festival, I'm bringing all of the books so she can sign them.
Oh my God, that's so exciting. I want to meet Wintertime.
That's Liz's author, Wintertime. Every time I see I've never heard of her. And then Liz read a book and she has been raving about that book. And every time I see something, I'm like, look, Wintertime got a new book, y'all.
It's not, the book that I read was not like a work of art. Like not a work of art, because it is a work of art. A Nobel Prize. Is that the right? You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
But it was engaging and it was hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just, and her name. That's why I read the book, was because of her name. I was like, there's no way. No way.
Right.
Yeah.
So she has Wintertime. I also have A.E. Valdez.
That's
A.E.
your
Valdez writes, yeah, that is my girl. I love her books because she writes, which is why I kind of wanted to do this video. She writes a lot of books that are just romance, because people think we don't have just regular romance and we live regular lives and come from regular backgrounds. And we have that too, y'all. Everybody not from the hood. I speak Ebonics. I am not from the hood. My mother gets very upset when I speak Ebonics because I was not raised that way. Understand? So, again, we're just going to go over some books that we have. I have 5 physical books that I've purchased. No judgment here.
None, not from us, or not from me, y'all.
5 physical books that I've purchased. 1 I've read, the other 4 I want to read, and we're just going to go down the list. All right. So, my first book I have that I want to read this month, actually, The Kiss Countdown by Etta Easton. And this is a Black romance about an astronaut, and he basically is just tired of people trying to get over on him. Not over on him, but, he's an astronaut. So I guess you would say he's cream of the crop, He has a good career. He has dental, medical, vision. He's tired of that. And then there's a woman that is like, hey, stop telling me I need to be in a relationship. I'm okay by myself. And I respect that. So they do a fake dating trope. And I'm here for it. And y'all know I'm not even a fan of fake dating. But that sounds good. Like, they both is like, look, let's work together. Let's figure this out. All right. What about you, Liz?
So I have one that I read a few of her books, and it's Asia.
Mm-hmm.
She's Got Soul was the first one I read. It's like a mature romance. Again, they have, both of them have their stuff together.
Mm-hmm.
He's the founder of a big tech company, if I remember correctly. She's a
Mm-hmm.
radio host, but she also has her other stuff. Then I read the second one in the series, and it was the little sister and somebody else. And again, they had their shit
Life is
together.
together.
It was a mature romance. Like,
Well, that kind of reminds me of A.E. Valdez. Like that's how she writes her stuff. Everybody is working. Some of them are millionaires, which I love a good millionaire romance book. But yeah.
yes. Yeah. So she's my, I really, really enjoy her writing.
Oh.
A lot.
She's also going to be at the Black Romance Book Festival. Couldn't get it out. That. So, Elizabeth, are you going to go see her?
I want to. I want her definitely.
Yeah.
And Wintertime, of course.
Yeah.
I know it's a long shot because I know it's going to be crazy busy, but I would love
Tia Williams
and Kennedy Ryan, both of them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, both of them.
I know. I feel like both of them are so mainstream. So, and that's not to diminish anyone else. I know Antoinette Sherrill is going to be here. She wrote Lessons from a Hidden Treasure. I want to get her autograph for this book.
You need to. As many times as you reread her book.
I have reread that book. So I was thinking about rereading it last night.
Oh my God. No.
And then Ray Lease and A.E. Valdez. I feel like they're not lesser known, but they're not as big as Tia Williams and Kennedy Ryan. So I'm hoping their lines won't be that long, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But the good thing is it's a weekend. So hopefully in 2 days we can get as many signatures as we possibly can. The next book I have is Nick Stone, or by Nick Stone. This is called Dear Martin. This follows a young man that is basically just writing to Martin about growing up in the hood. Good kid, has good grades, all of that. And he's writing to a guy, it should be MLK, but the person he's writing to is actually in prison because there is a second book and it's called Dear Justice, which the book is dedicated to him. And he writes back from prison, just helping him along and telling him how to navigate life, or helping him navigate life, and letting him know just because you see people doing bad things doesn't mean you also have to partake. You can make it out. Don't let them bully you into a life that can get you killed, you know? So I just want to read that. Also, that's on the banned book list. If you know, you know.
Yep.
Go get it. Because the way the world going right now.
We should be reading every book.
Right. Next for you.
My next one is another author that's going to be at the Black Romance Festival. I really enjoyed her book. It was Let Me Be Your Motivation. Again, two successful people. Just well written. There was still the you know, the dramatic effect of the book and this, you know, what they had to go through, and just the way that the main female character was able to find herself, stand on what she wanted and believed, and put herself back together. I absolutely loved it. That's by Tomine. I can speak, y'all. Tay Monet. I got it. That was me. That was all me, y'all. I don't know.
You told me about that book, and then I guess someone else discovered it, and now it's all over Black Bookstagram. And I was like, my Cuban friend told me about it first.
I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. The next one I'm going to recommend, because I read this one. I actually just finished this last night. Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B.
I love that cover.
Isn't it pretty?
Yes.
I actually got this on Pango for $1.50. Hardcover. Beautiful condition. Isn't it great?
Huh.
Yeah. I would recommend this. This is a fantasy. This is about a young girl. She is from the hood of Atlanta. And she finds out she's magic. And this is me and Liz's life's dream. Yeah. We didn't get that, but she got it. So
we don't know yet. it could kick in for me on my 45th birthday. You never know. Maybe it's 50, the golden year. You never know.
You know, you might be on to something.
So
I turned 40
I
this
have
year.
not given up hope. I have not given up faith that magic is going to be bestowed onto me.
I liked it because you ever read those comic books or hear those stories of two friends? It's kind of like Magneto and Professor X. They were friends first, and then they become enemies because one wants to do right. The other one is like, I'm tired of y'all. All y'all need to die. That's what happens in this book.
That is not Magneto's stance, but that's another conversation. Okay? Totally. I feel like every bad guy, well, not every bad guy, but I think a lot of bad guys are misunderstood. Anyways, continue.
No, totally. I'm not saying that he doesn't have merits to his argument, because he does. Like, even when this person, when you realize who the bad person is, where they're friends, they start off as friends. He's not saying anything wrong. Like, he has valid points. So I mean, technically he's the bad guy, but you can see how you can be on the same trajectory and then break off into different paths. So I just felt like that was a really good book. It is a trilogy. It is already completed. So if you want to, read it to your kid. I would recommend reading it to your kids. It is a middle school book. So, but I gave it 4.25 stars. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. It held my interest. So yeah. What's next for you, Liz?
My next one is Love's Deadly Holds by Winter Time.
As soon as you said it, I said, then I thought to myself, I know that title. Of course I do.
It follows a young lady who's living her best life at the moment with her husband and her parrot, Angela Bassett. Then she stumbles upon some evidence that her husband is not the goody two-shoes that she thought he was. And he's involved in some grimy shit. So, shit hits the fan. He gets arrested. At the court date, you would think he's the Joker, the way that people came in to take him, to save him. So she ends up being able to disappear along with her bird, Angela Bassett. It's an African gray. And then she goes, I believe it was California. There she meets a girl, becomes friends. She does not get along with his brother, which ends up being the love interest. Her ex, who escaped, like he was freaking Joker, was able to find her because she stopped in, I believe, Nevada to buy special food for her special parrot, and that's how they tracked her down. So it was just a lot of drama, funny, great romance.
Sounds like a fantastic time.
It was for me. So that was my recommendation for that one.
All right. Well, my next one is a recommendation. This is a book I have not read. This is Blood Cyan by Deborah Fillet.
Like filet mignon?
Oh. Yeah, but it's F-A-L-A-Y-E.
Ooh.
Again, I got this because I thought the cover was fire.
It is.
Now, what's the book about? Let's see.
Because, yeah.
15-year-old Sloane can incinerate an enemy at will. She is a scion, a descendant of the ancient Orisha gods. Ooh, so this has
Orishas.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys have Orishas, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
But under the brutal rule of the Lucis, her identity means her death. Her mother knew as much. She disappeared trying to hide Sloane's truth. Sloane, too, has hidden her abilities, but on her 15th birthday, she is conscripted into the Lucis army. That is my biggest fear in life, is being conscripted. This is why I have dual citizenship. I'm running. I just want you to know that right now.
I don't even have it and I'm running.
You can come with me. We'll let you in. Once taken, Sloane must not only conceal her power, but overcome the bloody challenges of Lucis training. But if she can infiltrate the Lucis, she can also destroy her enemies, the people who think of her as less than human, the overlords responsible for her mother's disappearance. Sloane rises through the ranks and gains strength, but in doing so, risks something greater, losing herself entirely and becoming the very monster she abhors. So I had someone else explain this book or say they read this book and they said it's basically fighting against an oppressive system. I'm here for it.
Oh, it'll be on the banned book list eventually then.
Oh, it is.
Mm.
I bought this like 2 years ago. I hadn't even read it. And then they were talking about banned books that talk about overthrowing the government or whatever. That was on the list. I was like, oh, well, I have it. So now I'm going to read it. What's next?
My next one is Looking for Love in All the Haunted Places by Claire Kann. Okay, so this book, I really enjoyed it to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
I just didn't like the male main character. He just got on my nerves, but everything else was great. Everything else was great. I was just
had
not
one
a fan
job.
Yes, to make me like you, and you failed. I don't even know why she likes you. But it was great.
Is he a ghost?
Huh?
Is he a ghost?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay.
No, he's a human. It'd be better if he was a ghost.
It means there's growth, Elizabeth.
So the main female character, Lucky Hart, has an ability that she can see into people when she looks at them. So she goes around wearing glasses. Anyways, she wants to use her ability. But there's people that don't believe in it and all this stuff. So she gets herself in with this production company that they have a show where some people stay at this house that's haunted. The house is alive. And she's like, this is my way in. If I go in, I can, slowly show them my ability. And then, from there, she falls in love with the main male character, who's the host of the show. He's nice, guys. He's not bad. I just didn't like him. Like, I'm just like, really, this other guy? But then you learn the other guy is not available for her.
Okay.
They do become best friends. So there was something
like Dorian and Ellen.
Yeah. And he has a kid who plays a big part in the book as well. I really enjoyed the book. I just didn't like him. So I do recommend it because, other people might love his punk ass. Anyway, his name is Maverick. Whatever.
Liz feels very strongly about it.
I almost didn't. I read half of it and then put it down to read other books because he was just so annoying to me. But I finished the book and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. So I just did not like him.
Well, my final book is Immortal Dark by Tigris Girma.
I see that everywhere. Look at those. Can you just, so we show them what it, oh yeah, gorgeous.
And then the edges. I got this on Amazon, y'all. It was on sale. It was $15. This book that comes with the sprayed edges. I'm just saying, if you want a special edition book, you can. This is how you know I never opened a book before.
I just want to say that she's had this book since last year, y'all.
4 months.
That is really pretty.
Isn't it?
That is really pretty. Colette.
Ooh.
Can we make it a habit to open the book when we first get it?
Oh my gosh.
It's
I was about to say, this girl looks
book.
Ethiopian. She is Ethiopian. So, Immortal Dark by Tigris Girma. I hope I'm saying your name properly. I haven't seen anyone or her, the author actually pronounce her name, so I don't know if I'm saying it correctly, but this is Black vampires.
Ooh.
On the Black vampire I know of.
Blade.
Exactly. So I was like,
now I love
it's Dark Academia.
Oh, I like that.
And I've been trying to get into my Dark Academia bag. So The Will of the Many, Red Rising, and now this. This has been all over the place. This was actually on Goodreads thing last year, which I don't think I'm going to vote in their books anymore. But I don't know. We'll see. But I've heard nothing but good things about it. And I can't wait. Into your final one, Elizabeth.
Okay. It is the Grip series by Kennedy Ryan.
That Liz has been raving about.
I love it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It follows it's a biracial couple. Well, they're not a couple yet.
Mm-hmm.
So the main female character is white, the main male character is black, and they had a moment during one of her spring breaks because she is a little bit younger. He is best friends and in business with her brother.
Mm-hmm.
If I remember correctly, they're in business together. Yes. And they have a moment during one of her spring breaks that she goes out to California because the brother separated himself from the family. She comes from Bristol is her name. She comes from a very well-to-do family in New York. I'm talking about elite, debutante, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really big in the music industry, but they were they were the type of parents. The brother was very, very talented naturally in music. So they kind of like those parents that take over their kids' life to make them, okay. And so they leave. She goes back, lives her life, comes back. The book, at the beginning of the book, they don't really see eye to eye. Then from there, their love grows. They overcome what comes with biracial couples, the problems that come for, that they go through. And she covers all of that. And it's 3 books in the series. Each book I could not put down. And watching their love grow, watching them overcome the obstacles together, their loyalty to each other, their want for each other to become who they want to be individually and support them in that. And then to me, in the last book, they overcame such a huge obstacle.
Okay.
And the way that Kennedy Ryan was able to capture all of the emotion, all the different aspects of the struggles that they went through, and to be able to put it on page in a way that, touched me. I understood. I felt. I mean, I laughed. I cried. It was just, she is like, yeah, that's my recommendation.
I love that. I love that. Kennedy Ryan, y'all know we love Kennedy Ryan over here. Yep. She's a fantastic author. I really do. I want to see what she's going to talk about when she does the keynote speaking engagement portion of the Black Romance Book Festival, because to be able to pick her brain, if she allows questions, that would be awesome. But guys, these are just some Black recommendations, Black authors, because it's Black History Month, and apparently people only know about Toni Morrison and Baldwin James Baldwin. Don't come for me, Black community. Again, don't come for me. I have read Toni Morrison books. I'm going to give another one a try. I heard of a book called Jazz by Toni Morrison that I want to try out. I didn't like the Bluest Eye. Didn't care for that book. Beloved, that book was demented.
That's the one they made the movie about, right?
Yes, it messed my head up. I see why people like it. It was too much for me. I get it, but it was too much for me. So just some other authors. I think there should be, those authors that I just mentioned should definitely be in like canon for you if you're reading Black authors, but there are other authors as well that would like some love, some light that we can shed so that you guys can enjoy something. You may not be into those type of books, so hopefully we've crossed everything, whether it was romance, fantasy, whatever, so that you can.
I also want to mention, not that we've read any of his books, S.A. Crosby. He's a thriller writer. I
Yes.
hear everybody ranting and raving because I didn't
Razor
cover
Blade
and
Tears is the one I hear about the most.
so he's another and yeah.
Yeah, he's a thriller author, and Liz is a thriller girly. So honestly, I'm surprised she hasn't read any of her books yet.
I know. I'm gonna pick
I
up one
do
of his
believe some of
books.
his books are available on Audible. So if you have Audible, there's some of them that are free. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna look into
Somebody
that.
had
I'll let y'all
somebody
know.
had said it on Instagram that it was free, so they were like downloading his books.
I'll let you guys know because I'm all about the Audible Plus.
But yeah, so those are some of the books, you guys. Let us know if you recommend any others, any other I guess not well-known Black authors or just Black authors in general that you may recommend that you think people will enjoy, that tells any variety of stories across any genre. We would very much appreciate it. But as always, you guys, thank you so much for watching,
Yes.
sharing, liking, subscribing. Follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.